For over 4 decades, one car carried Mazda's most daring idea, an engine unlike any other, and a driving experience that captured hearts worldwide. This is the story of the RX-7. Launching in 1978, the Mazda RX-7 took the enthusiast world by storm. With its lightweight chassis, unique engine, and affordable price tag, the first-generation RX-7 was a massive success for Mazda. 474,000 units produced worldwide, 378,000 sold in the US alone. The original SA RX-7 sported a 4-speed manual transmission, pop-up headlights, and a 1.1-liter Wankel Rotary producing just 105 horsepower and roughly the same torque. Soon after, the RX-7 was given a facelift and the generation renamed the FB RX-7, now offering a 5-speed manual transmission and a new GSL SE trim with a larger 1.3-liter Wankel and around 30 more horsepower. The Wankel Rotary was the soul of every RX-7. Originally conceived by German engineer Felix Wankel in the 1950s and later perfected by Mazda, it replaced traditional pistons with a spinning triangular rotor inside an oval housing. Each turn of that rotor handled intake, compression, combustion, and exhaust all in one smooth, continuous motion. The result was an engine with far fewer moving parts, a tiny footprint, and the ability to rev to the stratosphere. Its compact size let Mazda position it low and far back in the chassis, giving the RX-7 its legendary balance and razor-sharp handling, traits that would define the car for decades. But as we'll see later, that same ingenious simplicity would also become its greatest weakness. In 1986, Mazda launched the second-generation RX-7, known as the FC. Taking inspiration from European sports cars like the Porsche 944, the FC brought a more refined look, better suspension, and, for the first time, forced induction. Power jumped to as much as 200 horsepower, and the RX-7 became a serious performance car while still keeping its lightweight, balanced character. The FC also earned its racing stripes, dominating IMSA competition in the US with over 100 wins. It was clear by the late 80s that Mazda's rotary sports car wasn't just a quirky Japanese coupe anymore, it was a genuine world-class contender. But the RX-7's final form, the FD, is what truly made it a legend. Released in 1992, the FD was a masterpiece of design and engineering. Sleek, curvy bodywork, perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and under the hood, a twin sequential turbocharged 1.3-liter rotary producing 276 horsepower. The FD was razor sharp on the track, but also became a cultural icon. It was the hero car of Initial D, the star of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and a favorite among tuners and drifters worldwide. With its lightweight and unique power delivery, the FD could dance through corners in a way few cars ever could. But there was a catch. The rotary engine was thirsty, fragile, and increasingly out of step with the world around it. As global emission standards tightened through the late 90s, Mazda struggled to keep the RX-7 compliant. Turbocharged rotaries produced breathtaking power, but also burned oil by design, something regulators and everyday drivers weren't willing to overlook. Then came reliability. The same engine that gave the RX-7 its soul also demanded near-religious maintenance. A missed oil change, a cold rev start, or a poor tune could mean catastrophic failure. For enthusiasts, it was a labor of love. For the average owner, it was a headache. And as sports car sales fell and the world moved toward practicality, the numbers stopped adding up. Mazda's flagship had become too expensive to build, too complex to certify, and too niche to survive. By 2002, production quietly ended. The curtain fell on one of Japan's most iconic sports cars. What remained was a machine that burned brightly but briefly. The RX-7 is still celebrated today as one of the greatest Japanese sports cars ever built, a symbol of Mazda's relentless pursuit of driving purity. Its direct successor, the RX-8, carried the rotary torch for a few more years, but was never quite the same and plagued with its own host of problems. The RX-7's blend of lightness, balance, and raw emotion remains unmatched. Its story might have evolved, but its spirit never died. So to honor that spirit, we're taking it to one of the most demanding circuits on Earth, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Every episode will celebrate a different automotive legend and see where it lands on our Nordschleife leaderboard, not as a competition, but as a benchmark, a way to see how every car, old or new, stacks up when pushed to its limits. In Assetto Corsa, I managed an 8-minute and 27-second lap of the Nürburgring Nordschleife in the Mazda RX-7, setting the benchmark for everything that follows. It's the first name on our leaderboard, and the one every car after this will have to chase. Stick around next time as we find out how one small roadster saved Porsche and changed the brand forever.